Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kendall Lawrence, and this is Head Chef Mom, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. We're going to do a wonderful chicken recipe today. It's a recipe that I got off of the Food Wishes blog. It's called Sweet and Spicy Mustard Chicken Thighs. So come on in and let's take a look at our ingredients. Here are our ingredients. I have 8 chicken thighs that I have cleaned up and trimmed the extra skin off of, and I left one out so that I can show you what I did with it. I scored them. I put 2 like 1-inch slits in here so that the marinade can do well on the sink well into the chicken itself. And so I used a 1-inch slit in each piece of chicken thigh. I have a half a cup of Dijon mustard. I have a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. I have about 4 tablespoons of garlic. I have 1 teaspoon of dry mustard. I have a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. And I have a sample pack that I hadn't gotten around to using. I've had it for a while, of the Chef of the Future brand honey garlic bourbon seasoning, so I'm going to try that. And I have some Chipotle sauce, some Chipotle hot sauce. So, and I also have 1 onion cut up into rings. So let's get started. Okay, I'm back, and I washed my hands after handling that raw chicken, and we're going to put together our marinade now. So I am going to put in my half cup of Dijon mustard. And don't be afraid of the mustard because it really adds a really nice flavor and it doesn't taste very mustardy. I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, not red cooking vinegar, red wine vinegar. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. And all of this, please do it to taste. I'm going to add 4 cloves of minced garlic and 1 teaspoon of dry mustard. And I'm going to give it all a whisk. And then I'm going to pour it inside the bag of chicken and get it all incorporated really well and pop it in the fridge for a few hours, and then we'll be back to continue with the cooking. Hey, I have gotten all of my marinade in my bag, and I forgot to add the Chipotle sauce. And this is some Chipotle hot sauce that I have tried a couple of times, and I really like it. The original recipe calls for Chipotle powder, but I use the Chipotle hot sauce. I'm just going to put a couple of drops, maybe a teaspoon of that in there, and then shake the bag up, and we're going to get it in the refrigerator to marinate. Okay, so we're back, and our chicken has marinated nicely in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. Overnight is best, but it's marinated for about 4 hours. And I have assembled my onion that I cut up into rings. I've assembled those on the pan, and we're going to get the chicken on top of the onions. So here my chicken is with all the marinade on it, and I've placed it on top of all the onions to roast. And I'm going to put a little bit of vegetable oil on top of each piece of chicken, just pat it on there. And I'll get those all done up. It's now coated with vegetable oil, so I'm going to season them up. I'm going to use a little bit of salt. Very important, you salt your food. And I'm going to use some black pepper. And I'm going to use some of this Chef of the Future honey garlic bourbon sauce that I've not tried yet. I'm just now getting around to trying it. I've had it for a little while, and we'll see how that adds to the flavor of this dish. Okay, so this doesn't have any preservatives, so it's a little bit cakey, and there's no salt in this. So again, this is Chef of the Future brand honey garlic bourbon seasoning, and I'll put a link to his website so that you can go and order some of his spices. I've used lots of his spices. They have bundle packs that you can get, or you can just buy individual spices. This is the first time I'm trying the honey garlic. And if you're not a person that likes salt, then this is a seasoning for you. It's all natural, really no salt in it. So I'm giving this a liberal coating of the honey garlic bourbon because I think that's going to be good. It sounds like it's going to be good to me. Okay. And a little bit of paprika. I mean, not paprika, but cayenne pepper, because this is supposed to be spicy, right? And I'm going to get this into a 450-degree oven for about 35 or 40 minutes, or until it's brown and done all the way through. Okay, so here's the result of our lovely spicy, sweet mustard roasted chicken thighs, and they look absolutely delicious. They have a nice crust on them from the brown sugar, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Okay, so here is our spicy, sweet roasted chicken thighs, spicy sweet mustard roasted chicken thighs, and I'm going to give them a taste. What I did was I plated it up, and let me put my basil back there. I want it to look as pretty as I can. I plated it up on top of some of the onions that I roasted it on top of, and I poured over the pan juices. So let's give it a taste. It's tender. I want to make sure I get the skin, because to me, skin on bone in is where it's at. Much more flavor. You can do this recipe with boneless, skinless sides, but the flavor from the bone and the skin makes it so much better. And I'm going to get some of that roasted onion underneath there, sweet onion. You can barely taste the mustard. There's just a hint of it. The brown sugar and the spices, the cayenne, the little bit of Chipotle sauce that I used on it. I actually think that when I eat dinner, I'm going to add a little bit more Chipotle sauce on top of it. Makes it outstanding. Great dish. Please give this one a try. Thank you so much for coming back to visit with me today, and I hope that you'll give this recipe a try. I am going to put the links to the Food Wishes blog at the bottom in the description. And also, I was inspired to make chicken today because just recently Ray Mack posted a really good Cajun fried chicken recipe, and Fritz is Cooking Again posted a really good fried chicken recipe. And so I thought, I want to do chicken, but I just couldn't bear the thought of standing over the stove and frying. But I am going to get to a fried chicken recipe soon. So please don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe. Share, please share. And check out the link for Food Wishes. And I'm also going to put Ray Mack's Kitchen and Grill down there, and Fritz is Cooking Again is down there. If you're not already subscribed to them and you don't follow them yet, please do. All right. You have a great evening, and go feed your family. Bye-bye.